hope you're having a fantastic Monday and that you are leaning into the season, that you're letting the stars guide you and not get overwhelmed and rushed by the holiday season that is quickly approaching. We're going to plant some dahlias. I'm just going to move them into the ground. I'm not storing them because they will winter over for me. And I just finished transplanting a bunch of white snapdragons, and snapdragons are perennial for us. And for the ones that I know where I want them to live, I just want to get them in the ground and not have to think about them. It's a lot less storage space, it's a lot less headache, and I could just immediately move them. Hi there. Welcome to the Gardens and Graveyards channel. My name's Charisma, and today we're meeting in the moon garden and we're going to plant some dahlias. And I just finished transplanting a bunch of white snapdragons that were in various places all over the garden because this year I grew a whole mix of snapdragons and I put them kind of everywhere. And then I tagged them at the end of the season, so I knew which ones were white that I can bring into the moon garden. For me, I live on the Oregon coast in a zone 9A, and snapdragons are perennial for us. They pretty much bloom until like now. We have tons in bloom right now. And then I think probably like the first week of December, we kind of, they kind of stop performing, I cut them back to a couple of inches off the ground, maybe 6 inches, to give, you know, the plant plenty of leaf foliage to photosynthesize. And then they just kind of sit there until around March, into February, March, and then they start blooming again. It's so fun to just have a very reliable, long-lasting, long-blooming, overperforming, beautiful perennial in the garden, and I want to add that into the moon garden. So I went around and selectively picked a bunch of those, and a few days ago I dug up all of our dahlias from all over the property, and I separated them out in color, and I have all of my white dahlias here, and I'm just gonna move them into the ground. I'm not storing them because they will winter over for me. And for the ones that I know where I want them to live, I just want to get them in the ground and not have to think about them. It's a lot less storage space. It's a lot less headache, and I could just immediately move them. So we're going to put all of our dahlias right here in this raised bed. Let me turn the camera around. I'll show you what we got done, what we're going to do, and we'll get into it. So you just saw me dig up all of the snapdragons from the front yard in a pot. I also grabbed a few out of the pots up there on the back deck, and these all came from a mix of some sort. So these are all just white. I just tagged them so I knew that they were white, and we have 5 of them here. And then I put 2 of the same variety mix right here and right here at the edges of this raised bed, both whites. This one is even like promising to maybe bloom. I don't know if it will because I dug it up. It might go into shock. And then this one right here is a butterfly snapdragon. I think it's called Swan or something like that. Anyhow, so we've got our snapdragons in here, and then I want to add these dahlias. So some of these I grew from seed. Actually, I think all of these were grown from seed, and I just labeled them myself so they don't have like real names. This one came out of a container in the front yard, and it was the best little performer. It was the first one to bloom. It was the last one to bloom, and it has just been such a great dahlia. And they were fairly short, so I'm going to put this one towards the front. This one here I'm calling, what am I calling it? Happy Face. Oh, this is not going here. That's not one. Okay, it's just got mixed up. That's fine. The Happy Face has a yellow, large white single Happy Face. I swear that it has like a yellow color to it. I don't want that there. Okay, this one is Little Star. It is also a shorty, but goodie. So we're gonna put that one in the front. So maybe we'll just kind of do one of these. And then this one is the Star Bright, or what I'm calling Star Bright. And it's just a really classic single star-shaped white dahlia. And we'll put that one back here, kind of in a little trio there, which is going to work out perfect to me. I would love to get a Lady Liberty, and if I get a Lady Liberty, well, maybe I'll just like make room for her. Well, we could put maybe 2 more in the back actually. So we'll keep our eye open for some other white dahlias and add those in. I'd like to have a cactus dahlia and a pom-pom, or like a ball dahlia in here. These are all very just like the classic star shape. So we're gonna stick with those 3 for today. Okay, pretty simple. So I'm going to clip off all of these stems. They will not grow next year. The plant will grow from the tubers. So we're just gonna take off all of those. And then I could divide them. You see they've got a really nice little clump. I'm not going to worry about that this year. I just want to get them under the soil and basically stored away in here for winter. So I'm just gonna, I've got some biotone here, and I'm just gonna put that at the bottom of the hole, put the dahlia in there, get all of her roots in there. They'll work themselves out. I could snip them off, but it's really not necessary. And then we just cover the whole thing up, just like that. Oops, there's an old plant tag. Okay, there you go. That's it. That's all we gotta do. I am leaving these roots these stems just a little bit exposed so it can kind of callus over for the winter. And I'm just gonna continue on with that. I don't really need the made up names. It's not that important to me, since these were all grown from seed. I don't have to worry about like trademark or anything like that. Why am I losing these things all the time? So, dahlias, much like bulbs, is kind of unsatisfactory because there's nothing to see after you've planted them, other than you can kind of see a little bit of the stem. Oh, that's not a stem. You can see a little bit of a stem right here and maybe right there. Anyhow, so I'm excited. This bed is done. I don't even know if we'll put annuals in it or not. I do think I want to remove this mondo grass and put it somewhere else, because I'm not going to do black and white in here next year, but until I decide where that's going to go, we're going to leave it. The other thing that's in here are white pincushion flowers right here and right there. Other than that, it's just the dahlias and the snapdragons. Oh, and by the way, I don't have to water anything in because the forecast is rain, and I don't know if you could tell that it is gray skies. It is like threatening to rain on me right now. So I'm pretty confident that I don't need to water anything. And the soil everywhere that I've been today is sopping wet, which is why I'm not wearing gloves, because I hate wet gloves. In preparation for winter and next summer, I'm just slowly going room by room and moving things around, trimming things back, digging things up, and just giving everybody a once over to make sure they're happy and tucked away. There's a few more things to do in this garden, like take out these angel wings. They're finally looking pretty tired. Cut back all the creeping Charlie. Just little things like that. Today I also, I removed all of our black Prince snapdragons that were in this garden, and we're gonna put those in the medicine garden. And I also removed the Diachondra Silver Falls. Not all of it. There's a really big clump in one of the pots that I'm not gonna bother with. I'll just, if it winters over, great. If it doesn't, I'm not gonna worry about it. But there was a bunch of little starts in different pots, and I thought, well, I don't want the Diachondra Silver Falls in this garden next year, so may as well pot up the small ones and store them in the greenhouse, and we can use them in the Victorian morning garden next year. I think that will be a really beautiful addition to that garden. So I just put them in a big pot together, and We'll trim them back so that they don't have to put so much energy into the trailing parts, and we'll just let them winter over. In the greenhouse, I did that last year, and they came back okay. Not as good as just buying a fresh start. But every little bit helps, right? When you're buying so many plants, and maybe I don't have to spend so much on annuals if I can winter over a few of them. I'm not wintering over nearly as much as I did last year by any means, but I thought maybe I could get a good start on those Diachondra Silver Falls and have a big show next year. That would be really fun. Yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you're having a fantastic Monday and that you are leaning into the season, that you're letting the stars guide you and not get overwhelmed and rushed by the holiday season that is quickly approaching. Just allow yourself to lean in to what your garden wants, what your body wants, and listen deeply. Don't feel obligated to spend your energy in ways that don't absolutely light you up, so that you're always celebrating your life. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.